We ate the turkey, we ate the stuffing. It's time to get back to football. Welcome back, everyone, to the Crossing Route Show. I am Sunny Cadwallader from Cad Chica Sports, and I am joined, as always, by the smart one, my partner, the one, the only, Nick Paulenich. Hello, Nick.
Hey, how's it going, Sonny?
It's going. It looks like you kind of survived 2 weeks without me. It's been 2 weeks since we've chatted. How was your holiday?
It was good. Actual Thanksgiving was good. I made it almost through the weekend. I think I may have picked something up. I have
Oh,
not been able to dodge all the ill folks around me. But trying to just play through it. So
It gave you an excuse though to stay on the couch and watch football, though, right?
yeah, yeah. So and that was yeah. Oh yeah. So well, that was the good thing. I mean, we didn't go anywhere. We were like, we were stuck in the house. So it
Now, was Thanksgiving at your house or somebody else's house?
was actually at my brother's house.
Which is where?
One of my brothers lives in Toledo, so we were actually in Toledo, Ohio. So
Okay, so that's not too far of a
no,
drive from Ann Arbor.
no. It's about an hour, but we did have some fun. We got to drive back in an ice storm, so that's always delightful. So
Oh, yuck. But Thanksgiving itself was good?
yeah, it was.
What'd you
So
have? Anything good?
yeah, all the traditional turkey, mashed potatoes,
Nice.
yeah, pretty much all the wife makes a pumpkin roll for dessert that everybody likes. So yeah, it was good.
I made that this year too.
Yeah, so it was really good. So I should.
Mine was different. I don't know what time does your family get together for Thanksgiving?
Uh, this year we ended up eating like 2:33 ish, which was a little later. It was supposed to be at 2, but there was a little bit of a delay. So 3 we ended up eating.
I know our listeners can't see what I'm holding up. I am holding up so you can see what time we got together with the in-laws for Thanksgiving dinner. 4 p.m.
Wow.
We did not eat Thanksgiving dinner until 4 p.m. Technically 4:15, 4:30, by the time everybody gets there, you gather around, say your hellos, say your prayers, and by the time you eat, it's like 4:15, 4:30. We did not get together till 4 p.m., which I did not know the day before. I'm going on a rant here, people. I'm going to make this quick. I did not know this the day before on that Wednesday. On that Wednesday, I was making dish after dish after dish because I figured, okay, we'll get together late morning. I'm not going to have time on Thursday to get this done. I want to get this done on Wednesday, and I'll be ready to go. My dishes sat in the fridge all day long, and they were limp and lifeless and
Oh,
not very good to eat by the time we got rolling to the in-law house. Who eats Thanksgiving at 4 p.m. in the afternoon? Who? Tell me, who?
yeah, that's yeah. We traditionally have been usually like the meal usually, well, at least like in the Eastern time zone, it correlates with the Lions game. Not because we're Lions fans, but traditionally it's always, and that's usually in that 12 to 2 window, 2, 3. So that's how it
Yeah,
works.
I couldn't even watch football on a regular TV. I brought my iPad because the in-laws are not they're not into sports like me, so I had to watch football on an iPad. At one point, I had the iPad going and my phone going at the same time, trying to watch football and eat. So that was my Thanksgiving, and I'm not much for Black Friday. Did go out later in the day, checked on some deals, but then it was dead. But I don't know if you guys did any Black Friday shopping, but there was only one thing that I really cared about on Black Friday, Nick. Do you know what that was on Black Friday that I cared about? Do you know? Do you remember?
No.
The Territorial Cup.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
I had to wait. That was the biggest game of the year for me. For those who do not know, I, Sonny Cadwallader, am originally from Arizona. I grew up an Arizona State football fan. Went to the games at Sun Devil Stadium. Kind of embraced Arizona basketball, but football has come along for the ride. So they're both my teams. It was it was a gut wrenching but entertaining one at the same time. It wound up being, which I did not expect, being for the Pac-12 South title, because I don't know what happened to UCLA. They dribbled all over themselves. They choked. I don't know what you want to call it. They were blasted by, who knew? Stanford, 31-10. Stanford had an offense. So the Wildcats from University of Arizona won it 42-35. Exciting game over Arizona State. The Wildcats will face Oregon for the second time this year in the Pac-12 championship game this Friday. So that was the best game for me of the Thanksgiving weekend. Best game, worst game. Arizona's on a roll. So, but we'll talk about more the championship games coming up. But there was a lot of drama, been a lot of drama for you, Nick, in Big Ten country.
Yeah, the Ohio State game. It was
Pick a drama, and go with that one, Nick.
Yeah, it was very interesting and just a lot in the Big Ten because in the Ohio State game, Michigan always, even the last 2 years, I mean that's been probably arguably the game that they play the best, which goes with the old cliche, throw the records out or whatever. In the first half, the game was 14-14 at halftime, but they had really, I mean, it was a late touchdown to make it 14-14, but they had pretty much controlled the whole first half. And then in the second half, Ohio State pulled away, but then that was not before they lost J.T. Barrett to a broken ankle.
That was talk about gut wrenching. That was one of those where you wish you hadn't watched that video.
Yeah, and so now they're down to Cardell Jones for the Big Ten championship game, so which will be interesting. I think this week you'll see, I mean, obviously it'll probably be a much more conservative offense, and I think you'll see him in a mix of Jalen Marshall, who takes a lot of snaps out of kind of a wildcat, because he played quarterback in high school. So I think you'll see a big mix. It'll be a lot of running. But Jones can throw the ball. I mean, he reminds me size-wise, and this isn't to bring up any bad memories for you, but he always reminds me of Jamarcus Russell when he comes out there size-wise.
Nick, we were getting along so well, but I'll choose to ignore it for now. Go ahead.
But no, but he's a big guy. He's like 6'5", 260, so hopefully he can make it through the game unscathed. So
with their game coming up against Wisconsin, do you think Urban might be, I mean, not with the Wildcat, but maybe he might let him throw, because Wisconsin's not going to have much of anything on him, don't you think?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, because actually him and Barrett were actually neck and neck for the 2 position behind Miller in camp in August, and he has a big arm. The criticism has been, they say, everybody has said he has a stronger arm than Barrett. His accuracy can be an issue at times. He's a good athlete. He's been in the system for 3 years, and so I think I wouldn't be surprised if he comes out and throws, because he's got a week of practice, and he did get to play a whole half against Illinois when Barrett was injured after the Penn State game. So I don't think they're going to just go in and just run the ball up the middle and play trestle ball for 4 quarters against Wisconsin. I think that it's going to be a little bit more diverse than people expect.
And their defense, I think, will be ready for Wisconsin, but we'll get to our predictions later. But that wasn't the only drama over this past week. Let's switch gears. Bo Pelini, goodbye.
Yeah,
Brady Hoke, finally goodbye.
Yeah, the Brady Hoke, we pretty much knew Brady Hoke was gone. That seems like that's been for the whole season. We pretty much a foregone conclusion. With the Bo Pelini one, that one I had gone on Twitter and I saw he was gone. That one totally caught me off guard. I didn't see that one coming. I thought if there was another Big Ten casualty, it might be Tim Beckman in Illinois, but
But he's staying. Didn't he get
he's
at least
he,
another year, or
he
he's
got another
okay for the
year.
year?
Yeah, so seeing Pelini leave, and they won, and he's won. I know it's not the Tom Osborne type program,
Mm-hmm.
but he's won 9 games. I think part of the problem, I don't know if this weighed in the decision, when they've lost, it seems like they lose. They give up 60 points, 70 points. It's like when they lost to Ohio State last year, it was like a 63-28 game. When they lost to Wisconsin, but they've still gone. This year they're 9-3. I just don't know if it's the lack of, but they haven't won the conference since moving to Big Ten. They've been to one conference championship game, but then they got beat by Wisconsin like 70-31.
Right. I wonder
But
though. It's the when I think when a winning coach is let go, you have to look at the people behind the scenes, the boosters, the alumni, the influential ones who, if you step back and look at it, they probably are used to the winning and the ways of Tom Osborne still to this day. So that's what they expect, even though it's a very different atmosphere. College football is a very different atmosphere. It's a very different playing field than the winning ways of Tom Osborne. I don't know if Tom Osborne would win like he did, because the teams are better, the players are better all across the country. You know what I mean? Does it make sense?
no, it does. I mean, when they were in the Big Eight, I mean, it's like they had to beat Oklahoma, and then there were 6 teams. It was like Iowa State, Oklahoma
Yeah.
State, Kansas State. None of those teams were anywhere. And the other thing is, moving into the Big Ten has kind of made it more difficult in recruiting
Yep.
into Texas. I mean, now it's when you're not playing Texas and Texas Tech, though, it's not as appealing to those kids. So, or
Right.
even going, and those Osborne used to have kids from California. I just think that is not as appealing now that you're playing, more Eastern. So I think that the recruiting, you look at their recruiting rankings, they're not very
Good
high,
point.
and so
Good point.
I don't know how much success the next person is going to have. I mean, I mean,
Let
it's
it
going to
be
be
a
tough.
Nebraska man, right?
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sick of hearing the word Michigan man. Although Jim
That's
Hackett, we're retiring that, so.
that's I know we need to play taps or something for the term Michigan man.
Oh,
Of course, I think Michigan man is better than Florida man. Because
yeah.
Florida man has nothing to do with college football. If you've been on Twitter or the social media world and you see the term Florida man, it usually has to do with a crime or some oddball crime being committed. So that's not a good thing. But we digress a little bit. Let's get back to speculation, because it is speculation time. Speculation about Nebraska, speculation about Michigan, speculation about Florida as well with Will Muschamp. That could or could not be decided in the next few days with Colorado State's Jim McElwain. His contract buyout is the holdup as of the last time I checked Twitter earlier today. But there's also speculation with regard to the NFL draft. Which players are coming out declaring early for the draft? The last few days we've heard names like Brett Hundley, Todd Gurley as well. Of course, I cannot see Jameis Winston staying another year at Florida State. When you look at it, Nick, whether they've declared or not, where are you at with your NFL draft evaluations? Leonard Williams will be out there most likely. I can't see him staying at USC. He's a junior as well. Where are you at with your NFL draft evaluations, and which players are you thinking will be at the top as of right now? Obviously, subject to change.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to go with like Mariota. I mean, obviously, it's like we don't know what the teams are going to be that are going to be drafting, but just if you went straight, like, big board style, I guess, definitely Leonard Williams. I really like, I know it's a receiver, but I really like Amari Cooper. And then the show he put on the other night against Auburn, I
Yep.
mean, he just, Because
Change the
I
game. Change the
and
game.
so, and he's not playing with a quarterback that I mean Blake Sims
Now,
is
Blake Sims, he's adequate. He's managing the game. He's
I was gonna
winning.
say he's serviceable, but but let's just put
Quarterbacks hate that kind of a term.
yeah, the game manager and all that.
Yeah.
Uh, I think definitely. Going back to Nebraska, I mean, there's some good defensive ends. Randy Gregory,
Okay.
he gets kind of overshadowed in their defense. So I think it's actually as far as defensive ends, there's a lot of good defensive ends. Um, It'll be interesting again with the running back thing. Now that Todd Gurley, he would have been the highest running back,
Hmm.
but now he's gonna. It'll be interesting to see where he falls because of his knee. But it'll probably put Melvin Gordon in the driver's seat, be the top running back drafted. Um, so that'll be which is interesting. We were kind of talking before the show. I mean, all three of these guys you're gonna be able to see this weekend. Mariota, Gordon, and Cooper are all
Hmm.
going to be on display in the championship games. So I think that those are definitely. I mean, I agree. I think Jameson Winston. I can't see this guy making another year in college
Nope.
without eventually getting suspended. I mean,
Yep.
it just seems like he's playing with fire at some point.
Yep.
Um,
I
I
agree.
I think it'll be very interesting to see the team that takes a shot at him.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
your time is going to get busy these next few weeks and months, isn't it?
yeah, and that's one thing I do like about the bowls is like you get to kind of like there's people say there's too many bowls and there is too many bowls, but like you can watch a lot of these teams just like when there's one night and there's just
Right.
one game and it's that's it. It's like you can kind of focus, especially some of the smaller schools,
Hmm.
and you get to see some. So it's kind of nice to be able to watch some of these teams. But I definitely think there'll be a lot of definitely the draft will have a lot of offensive tackles and defensive ends that will be strong. But I
The
think it'll
guy,
be enough.
the guys who really should be winning the Heisman, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
Oh, I think it's pretty much decided Mariota will win that, but that's,
yeah. I think unless the only way I could see it is if this week he throws like
but
five picks and
Gordon's not going to have a career day against Ohio State. There's
no,
just no
I,
way.
I pretty much think it's Mariota. I mean, I
Yeah.
would be. It would
Yeah.
take a lot. Yeah, I mean, it would take a lot for
I
it
mean,
to.
he's had his worst games against Arizona, but I I just don't I don't see it. I don't see him not winning it. But you mentioned the games. We've got some big games. It all starts Friday night with the Pac-12. Yay, my Pac-12 bias.
Oh.
Yay. Arizona, Oregon, 6 p.m. Pacific time on Fox. Saturday, we have lots of games,
Mhm.
relatively speaking. It all starts with the Big 12 games of consequence. We start with the first one, TCU hosting Iowa State. TCU, who leapfrogged into the top four of the college football playoff rankings yesterday. Actually, they got to number 3 over Florida State. How much did that surprise you when you saw that come out, Nick?
I was really surprised because I mean I know Florida State has been winning a lot of games close. They make it
Hmm.
interesting, but they're still undefeated. Um, and their non-conference schedule, to me, if you want, I don't. The one thing I'm kind of confused by is what the committee is using. Are they just kind of going by the flying by the seat of their pants? Because non-conference schedule, it's TCU's played Samford, Minnesota, and SMU, and I know Florida State's is Notre Dame, who's obviously fallen
Hmm.
considerably.
Falling
Florida,
off the
who's
face
down.
of the earth.
Florida, who's down, and Oklahoma State, who's down. But I mean, obviously, but if I had to take the three, and I would say who's stronger as the three, I would take Florida State's over TCU's. But I don't know. It was just weird to see them jump, especially since they're the only they're 12-0 and they're in a Power 5 conference. I mean, I guess to me that should be worth something, but
They had that game against Minnesota. Minnesota, who has continued to improve week in, week out. Um, yes, they lost to Baylor, but they beat Oklahoma at the time they played them, West Virginia at the time they played. I mean, it's an adjustment year, I think, as far as the college football rankings are going, the playoff. It's definitely an adjustment. In addition to the TCU game, we have SEC Championship, Alabama versus Missouri, 1 p.m. Pacific time on CBS. ACC, you mentioned Florida State. That will go a long way, I think, with the voters, with the committee. They play number 11 Georgia Tech, 5 p.m. Pacific time on ABC. The Big Ten, of course, in your neck of the woods, Wisconsin versus Ohio State at 5:17. All of these games, including the Baylor hosting Kansas State at 4:45 p.m. Pacific time on ESPN, all of these games will have an impact on the final college football playoff rankings. Do you see? Also, there is the Mountain West Championship, 7 p.m. Pacific on CBS as well, but that doesn't impact the playoff. What do you see an upset in any of those games, Nick?
I mean, I could. I mean, I guess Ohio State and Wisconsin. I mean, yes.
Spit it out.
Yeah, there you go. I wouldn't be surprised, and I know it's like the ultimate like hedging the bet. I feel like all of them are very even. The way Georgia Tech's been playing lately,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. Plus, that triple option is that's
Yes.
not fun to play against.
But oh yeah, no, go ahead. Sorry.
And they're coming off a game. They just beat Georgia, and
Huge
so,
game.
yeah, and I think we could be talking next week. I mean, this whole thing could be a complete mess. I mean, if Wisconsin wins, Georgia Tech wins, and Arizona wins.
Chaos. Here we go.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see what these people do. Like if just
Yeah.
TCU, well, TCU I don't think is going to lose, but
Okay, so I'm going to pin you down. Arizona, Oregon, who wins?
I have to go with Oregon. I don't see them losing to Arizona 3 times in a row.
And this is a perfect time to bring up the fact that you basically kicked my butt last time we made our predictions. We made predictions for the Iron Bowl. I picked Auburn. The Egg Bowl, I picked Mississippi State. So, yeah, you pretty much kicked my butt on that one. We're not going any further. You got them all right. I got them all wrong. So,
yeah, lucky.
So I might just have to stick with you this week. SEC, Alabama and Missouri.
I think Alabama big.
I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going Mizzou.
Wow, that'd be interesting because then we potentially have no SEC team in the final.
I know. I want chaos. That's why I'm going with Missouri. I am all hashtag Team Chaos. That's what I'm going for. ACC, Florida State, Georgia Tech. Pin you down.
I'm
going Georgia Tech.
I'm gonna go Florida State. I'm like going all like.
You're going all chalk.
I know. I'm really.
Come on, Nick. Live a little.
I'm really gonna lean Georgia Tech. I feel like Florida State's been living on the edge, and those triple option teams are just a pain. So I'm gonna go Georgia Tech too.
Badgers or the Buckeyes?
I'm gonna go Ohio State. Ohio State's actually an underdog, so that's.
I'm going Ohio State too. I just think their defense will dominate. Okay, Big 12, TCU, Iowa State. I'm not even going to ask you. You better say TCU. I don't think that's going to be a challenge for them. But a really good one, really, really good one. It might be the game of the entire weekend. Number 6 Baylor hosting number 9 Kansas State. Who you got?
I'm
going KSU.
So a lot of it.
Don't analyze, Nick. Come on, just give me.
I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go Baylor.
Of course you are.
Yeah. Bryce Petty won't play, and then
And that I'm not going to make you make a prediction, but that Mountain West Championship game, that late game, Fresno State, Boise State, that might be a sleeper game as well. My other sleeper game, of course, will be on this program. We like to give Utah love and two kinds of love. Utah love, that's you. You have not done that yet. I'll give you a chance in a minute, Nick. And I'd like to give FCS love. Week 2 of the FCS playoffs. I will be in cold Cheney, Washington, covering Montana Grizzlies at Eastern Washington, their second meeting of the year. Montana is kind of on a roll right now. They've won their last 3 games that they've played since their last loss to Eastern Washington University. They dominated Montana State. They dominated San Diego. San Diego was their first round FCS playoff meeting. They are just on a roll. They put up 527 yards last time on the Eagles, but they did allow quarterback Vernon Adams Jr. 410 yards of passing in his first game back from a broken foot. It's not going to be streamed on ESPN. If, however, somewhere I do not encourage this, but if you can find somehow, some way, somebody with the link, I would recommend it because it's going to be a fun game. Fun game. Maybe high scoring depending on the weather. I have not looked at the weather report, but Big Sky Conference knows how to put up points. I don't know where I'll be at. I'll either be in the warmth of the press box or in the cold of the sidelines. So if you do get a link, don't tell me about it. Just look for me on the sidelines. So that is my sleeper game. What's that?
you don't want to advocate bootlegging.
No, we do not advocate such a thing. Wink, wink. But if by some chance you live in the western United States or you have access to it, then watch that game. You need to give some Utah love, Nick.
There is none this week. There's none there's nobody playing the FCS playoffs, and there's nobody playing this week, so there's really none to be able to dole out. I just have to wait until see where they're playing in the bowls.
There you go.
So
now BYU will have a bowl as well, won't they? BYU and Utah?
Yeah, they both will. So
and probably not Utah State, I would assume, unless somebody didn't. I didn't even look at all the bowls to make sure that everybody.
No, Utah State should, because they were in the better division of the in the Mountain West. Because Fresno State is, I think, 6-6 or 6-5. I can't remember off the top of my head, because I think Boise State's going to roll.
Yes, Fresno State is 6-6. Oh, okay, that's right. Wait. Fresno State 6-6. Boise State 10-2. So yeah, and Utah State finished 9-4. So yes, they are bowl eligible as well. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We continue our streak of Utah love. All right, where are you going to be watching football this weekend?
Here. Last year I went to the Big Ten championship game. This year I'm staying put. So
yes, you need to. Nick is taking one for the team tonight, and although he's not giving me his Brady Hoke impression yet, I think he's getting pretty close to it. So we're gonna finish up early, and you just stay home and enjoy the football while I'm in cold Cheney, Washington.
Yeah, we'll have fun though.
Oh yeah, it will. Let everybody know where they can connect up with you, sir.
You can connect with me at Twitter at N Paulenich, and also at my website at thesportsavant.com.
And on Google Plus, right?
And Google Plus as well. And
we do record these on Google Plus. We record these and then we turn them into podcasts. We don't want a live audience because, well, you just never know with technology. And with me and technology, that's even worse. I am Sunny Cadwallader. You can connect up with me on Google Plus at that name, Sunny Cadwallader. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, you name it. I'm there under @CadChica, CADCHICA, and find the latest posts and rumblings in the world of sports and social media on my website, cadchicasports.com. And my friend, take care of yourself, get better,
All right, thank you. And
and maybe
Sudafed got me through.
we'll see. Yes, we'll see if these college coaching positions have been filled and which players have declared for the draft. Hopefully by next time we'll know who's won, who's going where in bowls, and as we look forward to a great rest of the month. You've been
Yeah.
listening to the Crossing Route Show. Thanks, everyone. We'll talk to you next time.